few days later, because I didn't have one, so I had to order one and get it delivered. And I'm just gonna, before I open the bag totally, I'm just going to ease out the connector wires and make sure that this element is measuring what the book says it ought to measure. One in that hole, one in this hole, and a measurement of 316 ohms. Right, I've donned the PPE, otherwise known as plastic gloves, and we have to first of all undo another screw. Now this is the cover, it covers up the gas burner which is underneath here. We don't need to do anything with that, it can remain purely there, but we need to undo that screw because it attaches this. So this has got to come off. This is the primary reason for putting on the gloves, because it's lined with fiberglass, which is horrible stuff. It's like the stuff you put up in the loft. Now, this is it's a little bit of metal. It's sort of clipped on, and you have to unclip it. There's 3 clips, and they're hard to see, so you have to jiggle them about until they come off. There we go. There we are, all 3 of them off, and it's full of horrible fiberglass stuff, which is not good for your hands. So that gets up there out of the way, and now we have access to the heating element. I'm going to remove this screw up here. It holds the pipework against the back of the fridge. It gives you that little bit of movement. Now, so first thing I've got to do, I'm already, as you saw earlier, disconnected the power connections for the mains element that we are going to replace, well, with the exception of the earth, so I'll just disconnect that as well. So that's a free cable now, and I'm going to disconnect the 12 volt one as well, because I've got to remove the 12 volt element because it's going to get in the way. So the first thing you've got to do, of course, is wiggle the wires so that you can get them out. So that's sort of, pull it out around this way and then ease this up until it'll come out of its hole. It's a bit of a palaver. Well, I think I was right when I said it's just a palaver. Right, I said I didn't have to take this off, but obviously I fibbed. The only reason I'm taking this off so I can access the bottom. Take that plate off, another screw and plate just in the way. Means I can get around underneath here if I take this one off as well. It's just Meccano. So that's those out of the way. So we now have full access to get underneath here. See if we can, not sure that one fits up the hole actually. So that you can see, I'm just gonna, I just needed a little bit more room to get a little bit more angle. Ideally something that will hold it up at the right height, or a height that's good enough. This can go up here and we give it a little tap. it. Well, I knew we'd get there in the end. That's the 12 volt one, to be refitted shortly. Right, got the grey wire here which we loosened up earlier, which we've got to feed through so that it's, you know, accessible to get out. Right, there we are, that's that. This one should, we hope, be a little easier because it's shorter. I'm going straight in, I think. I need to go up a little bit more. What have I got? I can put underneath there to hold it up a bit. I need a little bit more height than just that roll of tape. How about my screwdriver? Will that go under there? Made it. So I'm going back underneath here. I'm using the that one, I think it is, isn't it? No. Right. That one's going up. Let's get the wire around. There we are. Do that. A bit more. There we are. Oh, that's nice now. That's almost like falling out, isn't it? But not quite, because it's going to get a bit tighter. It's coming to this bit. I think we might just have to persuade that a little bit more. Ah. There we are, one faulty element, which is I think this one. Right, that one's in there. Now, have you seen what I've done there, folks? Don't really matter about that bit. I've reversed them. They've all got to do the same job anyway. So they're down on their locating pins. There's a little pin on the end of it. And the person previous to me didn't get them in the right way round, so that the 12 volt one is on the inside, this side. This is the mains to 20 volt one, which goes there, and they slipped in a treat. You saw that. So whoever replaced it last time, obviously, I mean, this is a 10-year-old fridge, so it's going to have been done at least once before. So that's now fitted the way it should be fitted. If I'd have known that in the first place, it would have been a lot easier, wouldn't it? Sits under here. Let's get around there. Sits under there, and a screw goes in here to hold the. It sort of collects the soot. This thing. Obviously, when you get a naked flame, you get soot and build up over time, and it falls into this little tray. So when it's serviced, Thetford say once a year, like habitation check type intervals. But let's be totally honest, this fridge is not an easy thing to work on, so it doesn't. There we go. So that's the firebox, or whatever you want to call it, sorted out. Has that got a nice easy access in here? Yes, it has, because that's what goes under that plate with the fiberglass on it, goes in there. This goes over here. That's just a little grommet coupler there that you can't see. Right, now then, let's get the fridge back down on its bum. Now, these, you can see you've got 3 little bent catches, 3 little slots that they fit into. After you've slotted this round here, wiggled it around, got your fiberglass sorted out, and then you can push it together and maybe open that one up a little bit more, because it doesn't want to quite grip there easily. That's one. Now we've got to get all the way in here. Oh yeah, let's get it out there a little bit. Ah. There we go, that's how it goes. Now we just got to get the clips to go in. Yes. That's that. One more to go in the middle. Nearly. There we are. I think, yep, that's in as well. So we're all in there now. We just got to line that hole in here up with there and put that screw in there. If we can see. I don't know why it goes in at a funny angle. I'm not worrying, I'm just doing it up. It will cut itself a little thread. And that's where we came in today, but we've now got the good elements. Well, the original 12 volt element and the new 220 volt element, that's in there. Everything's sitting in the right place. Wires are across, but not as yet connected. So that's the major part of the work done. In the third and final part of this series, I will show you how I completed the reassembly and tested the repair, with a few tips on refitting the fridge under the counter. Before we go though, you may want to check out the useful link shown on screen now. This is where I found a PDF document listing all the errors of this type of fridge. Worth a look if you have a similar fridge to us. This link shows the reputable supplier I used to source the element. They're very knowledgeable and if in doubt as to which one you want to get, a phone call will usually provide the answer.